Oh, let me get one of those Oscar trophies.
You have like 5 of them.
Yeah, because I won them all. They're all real.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I didn't get them off of Amazon.
Yeah, exactly. How about this? I got this, don't worry. And the Oscar for coolest person goes to Riley. Aw. We're so
Awkward.
not awkward.
Yes.
Oh, I gotta put him somewhere.
I can hold
Should I
him.
just like?
No. That looks
great.
Oh, give me that thing.
Okay.
Let me hold him.
We are doing our Oscar predictions. They're in a week.
Yes.
Yeah, they're in a week, so we got to get cracking on this. I've seen all of the Best Picture nominees. She has seen all but, I think, 2 or 3. Which ones are you missing?
Maestro and
Zone of Interest are the 2
yeah.
that she missed. You didn't miss much on either of those, to be completely honest. But that's just my opinion. The way we're gonna format this is we're gonna do one favorite pick. So we are gonna pick not the favorite to win, but our personal favorite, either performance or movie, or who we would like to see win the most. And then we're gonna do our most likely pick. So that's the most likely person that's probably gonna win. So even if it's not somebody we like or we want to win, that will be our most likely pick. And if there happens to be a time where there's a most likely pick that is also our favorite performance or movie, that will be our overall pick. So for best sound in a motion picture movie,
like playing in a motion picture movie.
Motion picture movie.
the nominees are The Creator, Maestro, Mission Impossible, Oppenheimer, and The Zone of Interest. I mean, you've only seen 2 of these, The Creator and Oppenheimer, and a little bit of Mission Impossible.
Yeah, I did see a little bit of that.
I know.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah. That's a great choice. I think that would also probably be mine. I think it would be fun, so like that's probably the best way to put it, is like your fun pick. I think it would be fun to see The Creator maybe win in this category, but sound I would probably say Oppenheimer, but I would not be surprised to see The Zone of Interest win this one. That's like a lot of the stuff that I see people talking about when they watch it, is like the sound is so harrowing, and like there was a couple times where I was watching it where I was like, oh, that's sound.
Okay.
You know, I can hear it with my ears.
I like Oppenheimer.
Yeah, the thing about Oppenheimer is it's so hard because when you just pick certain scenes, like the bomb explosion scene, like holy shit. Yeah, that's like goosebumps right there. So
Quiet Before the Storm.
Yeah, wow, you're so prophetic.
Is that how the saying goes?
Yeah, The Calm Before the Storm. Close. Best cinematography in a motion picture movie. Our nominees are El Conde, we did not see.
Nope.
Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. Purely from a cinematography standpoint,
Poor Things.
I would also probably say Poor Things is maybe the most likely to win. Oppenheimer is beautifully shot as well, and Hoyte van Hoytema is just like pretty close as a household name in cinematography as you get, as well as Rodrigo Prieto and Killers of the Flower Moon. Killers of the Flower Moon is also beautifully shot, in my opinion. This is a little bit of recency bias because I did watch it literally last night, but Maestro is also beautifully shot. I mean, all of these, besides El Conde, I can't speak for, but I think all 4 of them are pretty deserving. But I would say my overall pick is probably Poor Things, because there's some, I mean, just that whole production is something of a marvel.
It was so like colorful.
And so like something you don't see in any movie besides that.
And I loved it.
Yeah.
So I think my favorite pick and I think overall pick would be that.
The next one we are gonna do is visual effects. Our nominations are The Creator, Godzilla -1, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Mission Impossible, and Napoleon.
I have an overall.
You have an overall. Let's hear it.
The Creator.
I also believe that my overall choice will be The Creator. The big thing I kept seeing is that they used a FX3, which is a camera you can literally just go and buy. Like I could go buy it right now if I had the funds. But they used like a consumer camera, you know, not like this big, huge cinema camera.
I like that movie.
And that movie is very visually pleasing. Like,
yes.
You know, it's got that going for it. I know a lot of people didn't love the story. I personally did, but
Oscar goes to The Creator.
yeah, I agree. Best costume design. Our nominations are Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things.
That one's hard. 'Cause
It is hard.
For me, it's either Barbie or Poor Things. I think for Poor Things, it was unique. But for Barbie, it was nostalgic.
Yeah.
Like they took the time to find old pieces of like Barbie clothing that even I remember, and they were able to put that in real life.
I think the thing that's also funny about Barbie and Poor Things is that they're actually both similar. I see Barbie or Poor Things winning for costume design for sure, but I am gonna go out on a limb and say that I think Poor Things is gonna be the winner
I think
over
so, too.
Barbie for costume design specifically. I wouldn't say that's my favorite pick. I would say Barbie probably is. I think it's a more fun pick. Is your overall pick Poor Things, or do you have the same? Is it fun?
I think
your fun is Barbie.
overall would be Poor Things.
Okay. Do you have a fun pick, or do you think
I
Poor
think
Things
Poor
wins it all?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to say them?
Yes. Makeup and hairstyling.
Nice. That was a good touch. That was a
Oh,
good
your
touch.
hair is cute.
Oh, thank you. Ow.
So the nominees are Golda, is that correct?
Sure.
Maestro, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and Society of the Snow. I haven't seen that one.
I have not either, which is one that I definitely missed.
Sugar. Poor Things as my overall because yes.
That's it. Yeah.
Beautiful.
No other explanation.
You see how long her hair is? That shit's gotta be heavy.
Yeah, no, you do get a good point with that one. I think technically and realistically, Poor Things will probably
Why?
Because Poor Thing just has, like you said, like the hair and stuff,
Okay.
and the prosthetics on Willem
Then-
Dafoe. I think Poor Things will probably win that one.
It's production design, and the nominees are Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things.
I think this is honestly pretty much the same battle that we had with costume design,
This
which
one,
is
though-
Barbie versus Poor Things.
Yes, but this one, I personally am gonna go for Barbie.
So am I. I think overall,
I
I
think-
think the fun pick would be Barbie, and people would be happy about that. And I also think the
It-
deserving
it-
pick is also Barbie.
Yeah, me too.
100%. I think that one's pretty self-explanatory.
But that's so
Yeah,
easy.
yeah, it was. So I think we're gonna start getting into the big hitters now.
Ah!
I think the first big one we're gonna go for is music, original song.
Oh.
So not score, but just a singular song that is in the film. And we have, as nominations, The Fire Inside, I'm Just Ken, It Never Went Away, Wazazi, A Song for My People. I'll just say that, A Song for My People. And then, What Was I Made For?
Billy.
I think the very fun pick, and I think everyone would agree on this, is I'm Just Ken.
I mean, yeah, that's a
If
fun.
that won an Oscar and Ryan Gosling
You'd be
gets
so
an
confused.
Oscar for a song, I mean, that would just be poetic stuff.
Yes, but
But
I think What Was I Made For deserves
Will win.
to win
Yes.
and should win.
so we agree on that.
Yeah.
We're gonna stay on the music trend, and we're gonna go to music original score. We have for nominees American Fiction, Indiana Jones, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things.
You're gonna hate me for this one.
I'm ready to hear it.
I have an overall.
You have it overall.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I want it. And I also think it could be Poor Thing. The music in that was so whack
Really?
in the best
Oh,
way.
I kind of remember it
It just
now.
like itched my brain
Yeah.
in like the best way possible.
Well, I think you're going to be equally surprised by what I have to say, because I think that the fun and my favorite choice would actually be American Fiction.
Oh, I love that.
That soundtrack to that movie was so like swirling and like absorbing, and like I mean, that was probably one of the bigger things that stuck with me throughout that whole film. I really loved that soundtrack. But I gotta be honest, I mean, you can't really go wrong with Ludwig Göransson on Oppenheimer. Like, that is like, to me, the soundtrack. It's just, I don't see how that loses
Perfection. How
Yeah.
do the Italians do it?
like this. But isn't that like, just, what does that even mean?
Pizza.
We're gonna go to writing.
Ah.
Let's do adapted screenplay first, because I think there's not much to talk about in adapted screenplay as much as there is an original screenplay. For our nominees, we have American Fiction, Barbie, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest. Out of those five, I would say the best adapted screenplay. And personally, I think the hardest thing to tackle and the most deserving and the most fun has got to be Barbie by Greta Gerwig. And I'm not just saying that because I'm wearing her shirt. I think it's like all these other ones, they are a piece of something. Like Oppenheimer, you have American Prometheus, the book. They're all adapted from something, but Greta Gerwig just took one thing. And this fictitious thing, is that a word? Fictitious? I don't know if it is. I don't know what I say. I don't think so. But I can cut it out. Fictitious? That sounds right.
Fictitious? Factitious. Also, same. My overall is Barbie because Greta got absolutely gypped for not being nominated for Best Director. Just saying.
Yeah, and it would be nice to see her win something.
Please,
Yeah.
anything at this point,
Yeah.
because what the actual freak.
We're gonna stick with writing. I'm gonna let you take it away though.
Writing, but original screenplay. So we have Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers, Maestro, May December, and Past Lives. Oh shit.
I know. That's why I said
Oh,
there's more.
no.
There's more to digest here. The one thing I can do, take Maestro, and that shouldn't even be in the same category as those 4 films.
Yeah, fuck that.
Those 4 films are so hard to choose from. I could put favorite this and most likely to win this, and they all, I think, deserve it, and I think they're all fun choices. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if they take into account directional debuts, but if they do, I think Celine Song is 100% deserving of writing Past Lives.
I loved Anatomy of a Fall, The
Yes,
Holdovers,
it's so hard
May
to
December,
choose.
and Past Lives, but I think Anatomy of a Fall
Yeah,
could win it.
I
Just
think so,
because
too.
I've never, normally when you see like, not true crime, but crime related, they normally show that crime being done. But this one feels realistic, like this could happen.
Yeah, it really could. And you
And
don't know if you're supposed to
it's-
side with her, and you don't know if you're supposed to hate her, and you literally sit there juggling so many emotions
Mm-hmm.
at once. I would say I would like to see that one win as well.
Yeah.
So maybe my fun choice would be Past Lives, and then my technical, most likely to win choice would be Anatomy of a Fall.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I do feel bad about is that I don't want the Holdovers to go completely winless, because I think that in
know.
itself is also just such a spectacular written film.
This one's like a tough one.
That's what I mean, is that one felt like the toughest one. When I was looking at them earlier today, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It was like the Holdovers, like how do you not count that? But then how do you also not put Anatomy of a Fall? And then how do you also not put Past Lives?
Yeah.
That's easily probably one of the toughest categories.
I wouldn't be upset about any of
Any
these,
of them, yeah.
except for Maestro.
Maestro doesn't really deserve it, in my opinion. I mean, she didn't see it, but
I don't need to.
Yeah, best film editing. Let's hear it.
Okay, the nominees are Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things. I don't know a damn thing about editing.
Editing. What a.
I mean, in my opinion, they're all edited well. So.
Well, they're all edited to become a movie, so I mean, they did a good job.
I mean, they made it here.
They did. They didn't stop editing it, and then it never came out. you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. They
Yeah.
could have stopped,
Yeah,
but
they
they
really
didn't.
could've,
They
yeah.
persisted on,
Yeah.
and they said, we're going to edit the shit
movie.
out of this movie.
I think this is our biggest one personally for me so far, and we're gonna get into the best director. And our nominees are Justine Triet, Anatomy of a Fall, Martin Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon, Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, Yorgos Lanthimos, and Jonathan Glazer, The Zone of Interest.
For your sake, I hope Christopher Nolan wins.
Do you have a fun pick though? This could get interesting.
Poor Things.
Yeah, I figured. I mean, Yorgos.
I love weird movies.
You do.
And that is a weird movie.
Yeah, I mean,
And
it's right
great.
up your alley.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But for your sake,
I appreciate that.
and I think Christopher Nolan can do it. He's a great guy. And he's British.
Yeah, I know. Don't you just want to hear the acceptance speech?
Yeah.
Simply because of his voice? Like he's
Yeah,
so
and
like
he's never.
it's so like
oh
rich.
God, oh God, and he's never won. So
No,
like,
I know. I mean, it's got to be his time, man. That's the thing about
if
me
it's
is
not, I'll be shook.
not only am I just the biggest Christopher Nolan fanboy, film bro, dude ever.
Yes.
It's like at this point, this is easily Christopher Nolan's best movie, if not, his top 2 or 3. And for him to not get a win for any of those insane pieces that he's made in the past, this is all lining up to be his time, and he has to win this one. There's really no other one that I can see winning it.
It'll
I
be really
think-
depressing if he doesn't.
Yeah, but he's won all the awards before all the other award shows. I think this is his time. I think he's finally going to take it home. He's been deserving of it for the last
A million years.
couple years. I mean, any movie he's made is really up there for what could have won a Best Director Oscar. I think we're getting into
The people.
the actresses and actors.
Are we doing supporting first?
We will do actor in a supporting and then actress in a supporting.
I'll announce actress.
You want to do the women?
Yeah, because
And
I'm
I'll
a woman.
do. You are, yeah. Actor in a supporting role. Our nominees are Sterling K. Brown in American Fiction. He was stellar. Robert De Niro in Killers of the Flower Moon. Robert Downey Jr. in Oppenheimer. Ryan Gosling in Barbie. Mark Ruffalo in Poor Things.
I love Mark Ruffalo.
The thing about this one is it's kind of like the same thing with the original screenplay, as if literally any person could win this and I would not be complaining. There's
Yeah,
not a
that's-
single person in this that doesn't deserve it, really.
I agree.
And I think Sterling K. Brown is honestly a sneaky one. I think he could be deserving of it. His performance,
heck yeah. I loved that guy.
I know, he was so hilarious.
He was
and
one
he
of
was
my favorite
so
people in that movie.
Yeah,
I
so
love that
raw.
movie.
And that was just a stellar performance, and he does not have much screen time. He put in
He
such
put his whole Buddhist into it.
And then Robert De Niro, I mean, he's just a classic. When has he ever put in a bad performance in a dramatic movie?
He's an evil white guy. You
I
can't
mean, he
go
just,
wrong.
yeah. And I mean, he is the definition of an evil white guy.
Yeah.
He fits the part. Man.
Yeah.
And he kills it. RDJ in Oppenheimer, I don't know what you can say about that that hasn't already been said.
Yeah.
I mean, just masterful stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ryan Gosling in Barbie. I mean, maybe the funniest dude of all time. Just
Yeah.
Ken. His funniest character since The Nice Guys. I argue he's probably funnier in Barbie. And then Mark Ruffalo in Poor Things. Another.
Love
just-
Mark Ruffalo. You can't go
You
wrong
can't.
with Mark Ruffalo.
You really can't. And he puts in a hilarious performance as well.
Yeah.
And like, I'm sitting there cackling at some of the stuff he's saying. Like, he puts in a killer performance. I would have loved to see Willem Dafoe in that part, though. I
Yeah.
would have loved to see Willem Dafoe there.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
It is a little disappointing, but my fun pick, it's obvious. I mean, I'm wearing the shirt that he wears. It's Ryan Gosling and Barbie. That would be a pleasant surprise. Probably the least deserving. I hate to say that, but it would be fun to
Yeah.
see him win that. But it's got to be. And honestly, there was never a doubt in my mind that it is 100%. The Oscar will probably be going to Robert De Niro or Robert Downey Jr.
I was
Sorry,
gonna
the
say,
Robert,
I was like,
the Robert,
what?
the Robert D's
That's
get
not
me.
what I was gonna say.
It's Robert Downey Jr. I think through and through.
I think also same, but my fun pick would be American Fiction.
Yes.
I don't know why. I enjoyed that movie a lot, and
So
I
did I.
enjoyed. I loved his character. He bullied the shit out of his brother, and I was like, that is literally exactly how siblings are.
Exactly. I know. He did just such a great job. Any of these people really deserve it, and any of these people are also fun
Yeah,
in their role.
agreed.
We're gonna go over to actresses.
Yeah.
In a supporting role.
Actress in a supporting role. The nominees are Emily Blunt in Oppenheimer, Danielle Brooks in The Color Purple, America Ferrera in Barbie, Jodie Foster in Nyad, Divine Joy Randolph, The Holdovers.
Do it for Divine.
I ain't gonna do it. Do it for the fun. I ain't gonna do it.
I'd love to hear your.
My take on this.
Yeah.
I would say for me, I'm between two personally. I'm between Emily Blunt and Divine Joy Randolph,
Yeah.
just because she was a baddie in that movie.
Yeah. Facts.
So I'm thinking it could potentially go to one of the two.
I think you're right.
I think it might go to Emily Blunt. But my fun pick would be Divine Joy Randolph.
In your support, I think my fun and also who I think is most likely to win. So my overall pick is going to be Divine Joy Randolph. She's won all the awards so far. She's won all the supporting awards.
I haven't seen like a lot of them. That's
Yeah.
great. I'm glad.
And I think she will walk away with it. And holy shit, how good
Yeah.
is that? I mean, I do also think that the second best is Emily Blunt, but I don't think her performance is anywhere near Divine Joy Randolph in The Holdovers. And I think we, unfortunately, as stacked as this year will be, we will unfortunately have to just deal with the fact that that might be the only Holdovers win throughout the whole.
But honestly, that's
But
a very...
I would say it's the most deserving one, in my personal opinion.
I agree.
I think Divine Joy Randolph takes that in a landslide, though.
Yes. Actress in a leading role. So the nominees are Annette.
What is her name? Annette. She's not gonna win, so we don't even have to say it.
We don't know. Annette. Annette is a beautiful name. and she's a naiad. Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower Moon. Sandra Holler in Anatomy of a Fall. Carey Mulligan in Maestro, and Emma Stone in Poor Things. I have my prediction.
I know who it is going to be.
I think Lily Gladstone
Oh, wow.
will win.
That was a surprising one. I thought you were going to
I
go with Emma
loved
Stone.
her.
Yeah, I mean, she kills it. Like,
I think
there is really no debate.
I think Sandra Holler also did an amazing job. Lily Gladstone.
No Emma Stone love from you. That's kind of
I
surprising.
loved Emma Stone in it, but I'm just saying it doesn't.
You don't think it's on the same level?
No.
I would say that same exact thing. I don't think her performances are really near Lily Gladstone, and I'm going to go out on a limb. I also don't think it's anywhere close to Sandra Holler. I think a fun one to see, actually, I'm going to go wild, and I'm going to say my overall choice is Sandra Holler. I think she's going to sneak up, and I think she's going to take it. Like, when I was watching that movie and watching her perform, it felt more like a documentary of her life almost.
Yeah, true.
There was not a single part where I looked at her and I was like, she's acting.
You ain't wrong, sister.
And so my bold pick of the entire award show is going to be Sandra Holler as leading role. Finally, well, not finally, we have one more after this, but the one she's definitely been looking forward to the most
Yes.
is actor in a leading role. Our nominees are Bradley Cooper in Maestro, Coleman Domingo in Rustin, Paul Giamatti in The Holdovers, Cillian Murphy in Oppenheimer, and Jeffrey Wright in American Fiction. I think we can say our answer. I'll go 3, 2, 1, and we can say it at the same time. So I think it's going to be the same. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Bradley Cooper.
Ew! Oh my god.
I'm just kidding.
You're joking. No,
Seriously
Cillian
though,
should win, and he better win, or I don't know.
you're going to riot.
I'm gonna riot. Yeah.
Yeah, all the way here in Florida, you're going to riot. And they're going to hear it all the way in
ride till
California.
dawn. No, I will riot for him. I have been a fan, especially in Peaky Blinders. Oh my god, love that man.
I think the fun pick, who everyone's probably rooting for as well as the most deserving pick, is easily Cillian Murphy. He carries the whole movie. I mean, the movie is literally about his character. Like, you're just sitting there witnessing it all with him, and you're feeling everything that character's feeling through his portrayal. It should be him in a landslide. And then, last but not least, we've finally gotten to the final award of the night. Best Picture. I think it's gonna go to La La Land, and then they're gonna read it wrong, and it's actually...
There's a mistake.
The nominees are American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest.
Mother.
It's just impossible.
I don't know.
It's really impossible.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say no to any of those. Do you have yours, or do you want me to go first?
You go first because I have no clue.
Okay, my overall pick, obviously, I said I was a Christopher Nolan fanboy. So my overall pick every time is always going to be Oppenheimer. It is the definition of a masterpiece. There is no better movie that was made this year that could even be in contention with it. It deserves all of its nominations and all of its awards.
I'm gonna stay on the Barbenheimer trend.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Barbie.
Overall?
Yes, because that movie, I think, meant more than just a movie for me, and I think a lot of, especially women out there, even though men could also relate to it, but like seeing all the things that I grew up in my childhood and things that I feel on a regular basis, I think that connected to such a large audience, and there was something just so beautifully fun but serious about the movie. It did a little bit of both, so for me, it's gonna have to go to Barbie.
I don't really know what decides, voters' minds to vote for a certain thing, but like I said with Oppenheimer, the same can be said for Barbie in a sense that achievement that Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach and Margot Robbie, who produced it, and her husband and all that, is just, it was off the charts. And seeing everyone dressed, it was a whole movement. I mean, it does deserve
I think
more
both of those
representation than it's getting at the Oscars right now, but if it wins Best Picture, I definitely would never be complaining.
No,
Yeah.
you can't.
Okay, well, I think that's all she wrote.
Oscars. We'll see you there.
Well, yeah, we'll see you in a week at
Just
the Oscars.
kidding, we won't be there.
We won't be there. We'll be
That'd
sitting.
be cool though. That'd be cool. You can still book our flights.
Yeah, if the 20 viewers watching this want to buy our flight to California and our ticket to the Oscars, that'd
And
be great.
also, yeah, just help.
in any way, ever. All
My
right.
GoFundMe is in the link.
So long, world.
Goodbye.